Hello, hope you're well. Thanks for coming back to my channel, Connections. Today we're going to talk about this topic called polyamory. Polyamory is the idea to have multiple intimate partners in your life. As if marriage is not enough or monogamy is not the answer to all your emotional needs. Why do we have to talk about polyamory? Is this a real alternative to, or is this really something that you and me want or we want? So that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. I think naturally none of us are monogamous. I mean, if you take flowers, flowers sort of spread their pollen out to impollinate multiple flowers. So are animals. There is no idea of family, there is no idea of single partner, or you sort of live your rest of your life with only one partner and then build a family or babies with only that one partner anywhere in the animal kingdom or nature. I think monogamy is an idea that society picked up, that humanity sort of implemented over time, and we just accepted it. And then it seems to be working for the most part. I mean, the reason that we have a stable society, we have a simpler society, we have family as an institution is mostly because monogamy sort of had its say in the society. So why is polyamory even a thing that we should discuss today, right? The idea is that polyamory is not about having many partners so that you can have a lot of sex, because if sex is the idea behind this whole concept, then essentially you're thinking of sex like a drug, which is essentially a distraction from whatever you want to distract yourself from. The idea is that polyamory is about having intimacy with multiple people. So the core idea here is intimacy. I think as human beings, all of us have emotional needs for intimacy, right? We want to be intimate, we want to build a connection with human beings around us. And that intimacy also involves sex. The fundamental point here is intimacy is damn hard. It needs a lot of work. It takes years. It takes a lot of work, a lot of drama sometimes. So true intimacy is very hard to achieve. So that's why polyamory is also hard, because now you're talking about not having intimacy with one person, you're talking about having intimacy with multiple people. Now, if intimacy is a lot of work, then you sort of have to do the work to build intimate relationships with many people, right? So that's the primary catch. The secondary catch is, even if you can sort of end up building intimate relationships with many people, I mean, the whole idea of jealousy sort of crops in the sense you or your partner, because none of you are special to each other or whatever, right? Whatever the ego needs, that the other person is only for you, or this whole idea of that monogamy creates a sense of you sort of see your self-worth as a reflection of how the other person treats you in a relationship. So this ends up being a concept of self-worth, so jealousy, right? So because polyamory takes a lot of work, because self-worth is very, very uncommon in today's society, we constantly seek validation through our relationships about our own value. Because these two are very tough to fight, polyamory becomes impossible, essentially. But so are our needs, right? In the sense, we all have emotional needs, and these emotional needs can only be satisfied by intimacy. And this intimacy need not come from any one person. So because it cannot come from any one person, monogamy is not the answer. Polyamory looks like the answer, but then it's hard to achieve because of the work it takes, as well as the whole idea of jealousy and self-worth creeping in. So what is there a path to polyamory that you can sort of logically get to and sort of start? I believe the best path to polyamory is again monogamy. The reason is, if you want, polyamory is this higher idea that you want to sort of get into this intimate state of being where you're sharing intimacy with a lot of people. I think if you break down this goal into smaller goals, the first step you need to take is to find a primary monogamous relationship where you can really work on building intimacy with one person, which has to be mutual, and then sort of protect your freedom so that you can sort of extend yourself to polyamory from there. The idea is that polyamory is definitely not an alternate to marriage or monogamy. Polyamory is is a higher goal, and then this higher goal has to be broken down into multiple smaller goals. And I believe the first goal you need to achieve to be able to achieve polyamory is actually monogamy. So if you're somebody who is sort of seeking full emotional fulfillment in terms of intimacy, I think the ideal path you need to take is work on monogamy, work on building intimacy, work on improving your own self-worth so you don't get into jealousy, and then help your partners go down the same path. And if you can do that step by step, you can morph into a polyamorous being, having intimate connections with many human beings. That's the way to polyamory. Hope you like this. Thank you.